I'm going to talk about photographers and the amount of time they spend at their art form, I guess. Because many people think that we just go somewhere, take some pictures, and that's it. But there's a process of delivering. There's also a process to get there. Time spent getting the equipment ready. There's time spent putting the equipment away. So I thought I'd go through a little bit of my day yesterday to demonstrate how much time is involved in a ordinary photo shoot. I started my day relative to the photo shoot by leaving an hour before the shoot. I had to drive for an hour to get there. Then I get walk around the location to see where good locations are to shoot in that region. I check the existing light and then try to guess what the light's going to be like later on when we start and then when we end. Then I wait for a model to arrive, which is always a half an hour late. I say that with laughter because when I say always, that's almost always true. Then I gather up my equipment and with the model we go and find a place for the first location to shoot. Then we decide what she's going to wear. She puts on her outfit and I set up some lights. Then we start to shoot. The actual shoot is a lot of fun. So I feel guilty even calling it work. But I have 15 years experience doing that. And to get 15 years worth of experience, I had to do about the equivalent of 30 years marketing. So just to get here, I worked my butt off. So then, our shoot's finished. I get to drive home. One more hour. I get home just in time to go to sleep. In the morning, I wake up, I download the images onto my computer, then I resize all of the images, then I send them I upload them to a website where the model can view the images. And that takes another 3 hours. Sometime later, she selects the ones that she likes the most, and I edit some of them. Assuming I edit only 8 images, I will spend another 4 hours editing images. And then I deliver the images to my model or my client. So let's add this up. 2 hours to drive there and back. $30 worth of fuel. Thousands of dollars worth of equipment, which we don't charge. 3 hours at the photo shoot. 3 hours processing and uploading the images. 4 hours editing them. So that's 12 hours and $50 worth, or roughly $30 worth of fuel. If I had zero experience at $10 an hour, that would be $120 for labor and $30 for fuel. So the minimum cost for a photo shoot would be $150. And that is an amount no one can live on. So I went through this exercise because an awful lot of people think that photography has no value or that it should not be expensive. No one with 15 years experience wants to look forward to $10 an hour, even if they ignore all of the time it takes to market the service. If we were to include the time marketing the service, we would be at 36 hours per photo shoot. At a mere $10 an hour, that would be $360 per photo shoot. The photography business has been in terrible shape for years because people have their own camera and most of the time think they're taking great photos. It's understandable. I think I'm taking great photos. The difference is it's not a recreation. And just like a mechanic, there are rules and almost regulations you must meaning follow. You can't just take 100 photos and pick one. I've got to give my client 100 beautiful photos. It was my profession. 100 photos that they will be proud of. And 100 photos they look beautiful in. I cannot take photos that make them victims. I must take flattering images. For me, that's easy, but it took years to figure out how to do that and have it happen naturally. This rant was brought to you by all those photographers who are undervalued. And these days, that's an awful lot of them. So after spending my day up until noon working on yesterday's photo shoot, today I'm getting ready for another one, which will take place in a couple of hours. And that'll be in the next video. I've decided to shorten my stories so that they are essentially more about one topic rather than 4 or 5. And including a whole day in each video is not hard. It makes it easier to create the video. But it makes every day a video making day. And I need a holiday sometime. Seems odd because I think I'm on a holiday. The work that I do, I love to do. And I do almost no work that I hate to do. So subscribe, share my posts if they matter to you, and like the video. And if you have a comment, add it. If you want to argue with what I said, argue with your friend. Add a comment. The details of my story are going to be different for every photographer. So don't argue about the detail, especially if you're one of those who do a crappy job because you spend less time at it. Or one of those who do a better job because you spend more time at it. Or because you had more money to spend on equipment.